Importantly, the WNBA is back, and we are having a blast watching it.
We are so back.
So back. A back cut and a pretty finish underneath the rim from Bridget Carlton.
Almost as if it was scripted.
Almost as if there was like some sort of script going on here.
It's like a softball and you crushed it.
This league is a movie.
I would like to see this guy get Kia Nurse going again early in this third quarter.
She's going to have to shoot it here. Got it off in time. Oh, she didn't get it off in time. Or was there a call? No, there's a shot clock violation. Heidemann went down pretty hard. From our angle, it almost looked like Nurse at least got it.
I do. She was very quiet. She took three shots in the first half, and she was someone who just really elevated the Sky's three-point shooting against Brazil.
Reese running, couldn't finish. Saw a good chunk of her in the first preseason game and in the opening half today. Pushing the break. Collier, speaking of getting up and down the floor, and one for Nafisa Collier.
Okay, so if we're breaking this down, what the shot on the previous end? Angel tried to initiate the contact. She went off of 1 foot, then missed the layup. That's where Angel will continue to grow. And we saw a little bit of it against Brazil. I did see her go off 2 feet, play more balanced against Brazil than I had all of last summer.
Just seeing the evolution of Cardoso and Reese, going to be fun to watch. This guy's 2 draft picks from last season in the first rounds, now in year 2. Back in front of this Skytown crowd. Bridget Carlton got some space, knocked him down at a 44% clip a season ago. Hits one there.
Right away, what I'm noticing from Minnesota coming out of the locker room is they're really trying to backdoor Chicago. Chicago did an excellent job of pressuring on the perimeter in the first half, forced a lot of turnovers, and that's the adjustment that Minnesota's made.
Lynx trailed by double digits. Collier, really good defensive play, slapped it off the foot of Reese.
Yeah, Courtney Vandersloot, she's mad at herself on that one. She left it a little short.
Courtney on Courtney matchup here. Vandersloot against Williams. And now Williams straight into a triple. Strong. Cardoso the rebound, able to fend off Smith. Kia Nurse, one of the new additions to this Sky team, came up short. Williams just gets this Minnesota offense ignited so quickly. Heidemann in the starting spot of McBride, who's resting. Good ball movement. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Collier will take it, lost it, over to Smith. She'll fade, couldn't get that to drop.
The uniform touched the ball in that possession, Jason.
About as pretty of a possession as you could find without a bucket at the end. Carlton with the deflection. And first head coach of the Sky in his first year after a couple of seasons as an assistant with the Aces. Talked about the respect he has for Cheryl Reeve and what this Minnesota Lynx franchise has done as players go tumbling down into the lane. Says he wants to hopefully emulate that. Defense a heavy focus in training camp for the Sky. It always is for the Lynx under Coach Reeve, and the offense followed last year. As Jimmy mentioned, some of the teams significantly improved offensively overall from the prior year, and they will lock down on this end. Some contact in the paint. It's going to go back the opposite way on the offensive foul. Collier popped out. Smith, the O board, jarred loose by Vandersloot. Sky's all-time leader in steals and all-time leader in assists and several other things. Will now get the offense rolling here. Hooks it back to Reese, spins the paint. Another beautiful finish from Angel Reese on her birthday.
Well, that green that Angel set for Courtney Vandersloot, her screen was so good.
Reese gets a breather. Haley Van Lith, Elizabeth Williams, Michaela Onyenwede all check in for the Sky. Trap in the corner. Smith from 3. nursed the rebound, and she gets fouled. The one thing that is kind of...
You're right, Jason. It came at the expense of her picking up a lot of fouls.
Atkins navigating. Oh, off one leg.
Defense.
3-point lead for the Sky. 5 to play in this third quarter.
Louder.
That ball deflected. Collier fades and connects.
She has one of the prettiest fade-away jumpers that I've seen.
Adds something to her game like all the greats do each and every year.
Well, I mean, when you think about where she was her senior year at Connecticut, coming into the league, she was primarily a true post player, not a three-point shooter.
Speaking of threes, Ariel Atkins comes over to Chicago after leading the Mystics all time in three-pointers made. Let's see what she can bring to this offense. 397 career three-pointers with the Mystics. Her first year not in a Washington uniform. Now Van Lith with the task of guarding Williams. Fight for the rebounds.
Can roll heavy, ball screen heavy as Courtney Vandersloot. That's going to take some time. I mean, training camp just started a week ago.
Haley Van Lith off the mark on the three.
But when that connection starts to mature, Jason, watch out, because that is going to be a dynamic duo this summer.
Absolutely. Seen it with Cardoso. That trio really impressive in the opening, and the younger players so willing to listen.
And we already know that Angel Reese is a student of the game. I mean, she's notorious for picking the brains of great players like Nafisa Collier after each game when she plays against them.
Onyenwede with a strong finish at the rim. Bench.
And I know you love it too. I know she's one of your favorites to watch, Jason.
Absolutely. Alana Smith through contact the opposite way for the N1. Alana Smith got her own board off the free throw. You don't see that very often. And then finished. A lucrative Alana Smith possession.
Well, it's how she's carved out a role for herself in this league. And it's taken her a little bit to do that, Jason. I mean, she kind of was with teams and then got waived and then got picked up again for a few years before she was able to hang on with Chicago and then move on to Minnesota. But it's because she's willing to do all of the blue-collar work.
Onyenwede, another player who does the blue-collar work, banding that offensive game even more. Knocks down the three, has Chicago up 5, 2:37 to go in the third.
She didn't take a lot of threes last year, but 37%, she was very efficient.
Deflection from Rebecca Allen, long arms for her defensively. Banham perusing against Berger. Around a screen, floats it up, couldn't hit. Carlton the board. Sky did a good job of getting back on defense. Heidemann right at Van Lith, able to finish. It is like a flash coming at you with Natija Heidemann.
And that's what you have to do. If you are...
Elizabeth Williams, Rachel Banham, Haley Van Lith, Michaela Onyenwede, and Beck Allen out on the floor for the Sky. 30-year-old rookie from France, Carly Samuelson and Alyssa Peely, along with Courtney Williams, also on the floor for the Lynx. Jason Ross Jr., Shimmy Miller with you. Rebecca Allen, that jumper is so clean. $18 games with Phoenix last year for Beck Allen before suffering the hamstring injury that hampered her season.
I am really surprised that Courtney Williams is still out there for Minnesota. She's already played over 23 minutes. In fact, 5 Minnesota players have played over 20 minutes.
Westbeld check in for the Sky. 2 players trying to make the roster, so a big quarter for both of them.
Chicago, I can't hear you. A little louder.
Allen turns the corner, tried to kick it out. Courtney Williams with the steal. And you know, every minute she's out there, she's going to give you 100% effort. Dishes it ahead to Carly Samuelson.
And I think Rebecca Allen just over-penetrated there. There's an art to the punch and kick game.
Richardson around and out. Nice rebound from Westbeld. And here's the versatility of her game, the rookie out of Notre Dame.
Well, she grabs a great defensive rebound, rips it out of her hand, and then again leaves the break like we saw Angel do earlier.
Good pass from Wilson to Williams down low. Quick 5-0 spurt for the Sky to begin the quarter. Richardson blocked by Beck Allen. The save from Banham. Three goes down for Rachel Banham.
And of all the things that we've seen
in Chicago, visit sky.wnba.com/community for more information on how you can support today. Catch and shoot for Samuelson into the hands of Wilson. Strong rebound.
Rookie.
Yep.
Allie's a 31-year-old rookie, but she's made an absolute incredible career in Australia basketball. In fact, former league MVP.
Samuelson hitting the deck, ripped away though by Banham, who hit the three on the last possession. This possession, Beck Allen tries to knock it down, came up short. Here's the 30-year-old rookie Badan, and now Williams. Peely knocked one down earlier. There's her second. Get it back to a 5-point game.
That's what I've seen from Alyssa Peely so far, Jason. To carve out some opportunity for her on this roster.
wnbahighlightstoday floating it up. Tapped out. Westbeld some good hustle in the corner to keep the possession alive. We'll see her ability to dribble out on the perimeter. 5 to shoot for Wilson. Steps back. Tough shot. Courtney Williams now pushing the opposite way. Drop it off. Richardson again trying to make the Minnesota roster. Couldn't connect. Got a foul called. It's going. Jessica Carter is checked in for the Sky. First time seeing Jessica today. The 3-time All-SEC player at Mississippi State. Has had a really good training camp. Played a couple of games for the Aces last year. Trying to make the Sky roster. Allen on the kick out. Wilson on the drive. Tried to squeeze it through a crevice of traffic there.
Pass from 2 feet away to a big.
I can't hear you. A little louder.
Williams leading floater. Got it to go around and down. Back to a 3-point game.
Grace Berger running the point right now. This is what Cheryl Reeve talked about. Grace Berger actually played the one with her European team this offseason. So her being
today on both ends. Running that point spot right now for Minnesota and gets aggressive and finishes through traffic.
and we
Bucket for the birthday girl. We got a tight one, 62-62, 5:28 to go in this fourth quarter.
I can't hear you.
Haley Van Lith against Berger, up and under, couldn't finish, went down, and now the Lynx operate the opposite way. Onyenwede went down, got clipped on a screen, no call. Zip pass inside. And good sportsmanship there. Is
Player of the Year season over in Russia. I think this last 5 minutes will be as competitive as we've seen at any point in the game, because everyone on the court right now is either trying to make a roster or trying to carve out some space on a roster.
absolutely. Big minutes for all the players on the floor right now. In a close game, too. Carter got the switch on the screen. 7 to shoot. Van Lith sticking stride for stride with Berger. Kosu the rebound. Shovels it out. Samuelson couldn't hit.
I really am impressed with Haley Van Lith, and this goes back to the game versus Brazil for me. Just her willingness to guard her player one-on-one, to just get in their face be physical. And she's gotten beat a couple times. Natisha Heidemann beat her a couple times, but she's right back out there.
Birch kept working, ultimately drew a foul. Like you said, to piggyback off your point on Haley Roster, her second stint in a Sky uniform. At the line, Metra is proud to be the... Birch ties the game. Played 28 games with the Sky stints with Phoenix and Dallas last year. Wilson was fighting around the screen, sticking with Richardson. Kosu hands off to Berger. Carter jumped out. Berger, good fit, good drive. And that went last off of Berger, so it's going back to the Sky. This upcoming season, right now, though, in these moments, like Shimmy said, possibly roster decisions being made on both sides. Big moments for several players trying to make their respective teams. Birch and Carter, two of those players. Carter couldn't hit. Rebound for Samuelson. And a timeout called by Minnesota. With 3-6.
Katie Smith left to go back to the college range, but what Cheryl Reeves does is she brings in Lindsay Whalen. She brings in Eric Thibault, two former head coaches at different levels on her form herself as a player. And her championship experience that she brings, that Eric Thibault brings from the Mystics. What a great job by Cheryl Reeve in the offseason.
Healy got called for the offensive foul. Good charge taken by Van Lith.
About Lindsay and just how she relates to the players on the team.
With one of the GOATs at the game leading the helm, and Cheryl Reeve. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 2:40 to go in the fourth. Tie game. Wilson, tough drive. What a rebound from Carter.
It's there's a lot of handsiness going on right now.
This time a bit of a cleaner rebound. Peely hauls it in, 2:20 to go. Berger, Peely, three, got it, her third.
So confident. She's like, look, give me Maisha Hines-Allen's minutes. I will take them.
Pretty pass opposite way from Van Lith to Carter.
Louder!
The defense from Van Lith this time. Turnover. Credit Haley Van Lith for that.
On the defensive end, she is not backing down.
She loves the physicality of the game and really wanted to embrace that defensively. We're seeing it in just her second preseason game, commanding the offense with 7 to shoot. The in and out dribble. Oh! Haley Van Lith gives the Sky the lead.
Oh no!
1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Richardson for the lead, off the mark. Rebound down low. Kosu blocked by Carter. Westbeld grabs it back. Sky up 2. Van Lith once more. Cross-court feed. Wilson got it! A Sky run inside of the final minute. Doesn't feel like preseason. Berger. Off iron, battle for the board. Players go tumbling. 8-0 run for the Sky in 55 seconds to take this 5.
Player of the year because of what she did on the offensive end at TCU, but Jason, I'm just so impressed with how she's taking ownership of her defense. She's showing that I am more than just a scorer.
Half a minute to go. Van Lith with the ball, had the big 3 over to Birch. Tap back is good. These teams will play again on Saturday. Kosu the rebound. Kosu the slip to the rim in the bucket. Minnesota not fouling here.
There has to be cuts made, and they're probably.
But you could feel how hard all these players that played these final few minutes were going out there because of that reason, trying to.
They're shooting a lot of threes. They're trying to score early and often, and they are really pressuring on the perimeter on the defensive end.
Gotta love the energy down the stretch. The first half, the dimes from